We can go ahead and hop into the NFC East.
Let's do it.
Chris, go ahead, tap in. Speak on your team.
NFC East. So at 4, I got Washington. I mean, I guess it's just I haven't seen enough of Sam Howell. I do. I mean, I like Terry McLaurin. Defense has always had solid players, but for whatever reason, just watching their team in general, they don't make the impact play you talking about that. Like they have all the impact player names, but they're not all. They don't all, especially the D line. I mean, Chase Young haven't really had that.
Still waiting on him. Yeah, still waiting.
We've been expecting for him to have. So that's why I put them in 4. I don't think they're going to be like a 3-win team. I think they're going 6-7. Number 3, I got the Giants. Jury's still out on Daniel Jones. I don't care what no, bro. But I do understand the people are saying, he doesn't have any weapons, this, that, and the third. I think that I really think what helped them last year is Brian Daboll. I think that really helped them. They probably simplified a little bit more for him. Good thing they did sign Saquon Barkley, because if that was going to go awry, then they was going to be 4. Defense is still young. I think they have room to improve. I like Thibodeau, Adoree Jackson. They did lose Julian Love, but I still think the defense is young, got room to grow. 2, I got Dallas. I hate Dallas. I don't care. I hate Dallas. I mean, they got
Deuce Vaughn though, Chris.
We'll see how many snaps he actually get. I mean, they have solid players. I can't say I'm not even gonna say they have they got bad players. I mean, they got a good defense, great defense. Best top 3 pass rusher in the league, arguably. Solid defense, backfield, especially with addition of Gilmore. He might be up there in age, but he's still solid. So solid number 2. Number 1, I got the Eagles. I don't think we're going to regress. I mean, I know people are going to say it, but
a lot of people been saying it now.
A lot of people been saying that, but I really think having an actual like from our Super Bowl hangover, we had a quarterback, but then we had a backup quarterback win it all, everything back and forth. I think having Jalen Hurts as a starter quarterback throughout the whole year, he got a whole nother offseason with Nick Sirianni. I just think that he's gonna keep the shit rocking, keep it going. I really think that. I love the addition to young guys especially on our D line. Suspect safety, I should say, because I still think we got like Reed Blankenship. You just listen to how people talk and think he gonna be a top safety, but Jerry's still out on our backfield as far as safety goes. But I think as a team we're not gonna take it. Now we do have a tough schedule. We do got the number 1 schedule, so that's gonna be interesting to see, but I don't think we're gonna take enough of a step back for Dallas to overtake us.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll go next. Because
I got some shit to say.
I got some shit too. I ain't gonna lie. Let me start off with Washington. I got Washington at 4. I don't have too much to say about this team. They're not bad though. I mean, they won 8 games last season. They're not terrible. Sam Howell, we'll see how he is. I think you got solid 1 and 2 receiver. Brian Robinson back. Like you got some weapons. You got some weapons on defense, like you mentioned. Chase Young, we're still waiting on him to come about. You got him. You got Chase Young. You got Jonathan Allen. You got a solid starting point. To win some games. You just got to put it all together. So, but I don't think it's gonna happen this year. I mean, they're in a tough division as well, so it's tough. But I got the Giants at 3. I think they had a very solid season last season. I don't have them making the playoffs. I'm just being honest with you, but they might finish with the same record or very close to it. Maybe 9-8 instead of 9-7-1. Saquon back. Of course, he signed that 1-year contract after the possibility of holding out and all this other stuff. And and then he actually came out, on the podcast and said that he don't even want to be that guy to hold out, but they're kind of forcing him, and he ends up signing just a 1-year contract. We'll see how that shakes out in the future. But I do like the addition of Darren Waller there. I think that's going to be huge for Daniel Jones. I think he has the ability to make a quarterback look better than what he is, and I think that'll happen this year. And then the defense, I mean, it's solid, but I don't think it's a defense that's going to actually just win you games. I like Dexter Lawrence. I like Adoree Jackson, but I don't think it's the defense. I don't think you can hang your hat on this defense. They're well coached though, so anything can happen. But I got them at 3rd. At 2, I got the Eagles. I got the Eagles. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, and I say this right because I just don't. If y'all can repeat, if the Eagles can repeat their pass rush dominance like it was last season, then I'll be wrong. But that was like it's next level shit, and it's hard to keep that shit up. So we'll see if that happens because I do think your secondary is a little suspect back there outside of Slay. That should be so
outside of Slay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think they thrive off that pass rush and makes them look better. And if that keeps up, then cool. But if it doesn't, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what shakes. I like the young guys you added. I like Nolan. I like Jalen Carter. You know, and of course, you still got Hassan. Still got BG. So I mean, you know, up front, you're solid. But we're gonna see if they actually get to the quarterback.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts, I'm expecting him to have a decent season again. A good season. Let me try. I ain't gonna cap. A good season. I just don't see 14 wins out of this team. I just can't see it. A lot of shit did like y'all did beat the shit out of a lot of people too last season too. Like it was like it was like, okay, I don't think it's sustainable, and y'all just kept doing it. I still don't think it's sustainable though. But surprised me. Well, number 1, I got Dallas Cowboys. Now, I don't like Dak either, but but I gotta call it a spade a spade. Like this defense is solid. I really like Michael Parsons. I think he has a very good opportunity to win Defensive Player of the Year. And then you got addition of Stephon Gilmore. He can still make plays. No. Trayvon Diggs. He's a ball hawk. He's not the most solid technique wise because really he's not a corner. But we all know that he's gonna be one of these guys that turns to like a safety later on in his career. He has that trajectory. But I do see him having a good year again. I don't know how many picks he'll have. I still like Leighton Vander Esch at linebacker. DeMarcus Lawrence still on the team, but we'll see how he goes. But yeah, Dak, Tony Pollard. I'm expecting a big year out of Tony Pollard. I think they're going I mean, it's okay. Deuce Vaughn, I don't understand how. I mean, I get it. It's a star on the helmet, but like he's getting a lot of talk for a 6th round pick.
I mean, because he's a little guy that's doing what he's doing. It's all respect.
What is he doing? I mean, besides he made the team. He got drafted, but like I mean, he had a good college career. I give him that. But like these are big boys out there, man.
He was like pick 5.
We're gonna see.
He'll be lucky to have a Tariq Cohen type of role, type of impact. That'll be his best season, and it ain't coming this season. But I still like Tony Pollard back there. Brandon Cooks, that man old, but he still, he still can get behind people, which I don't know how you do it, but it happens. The offensive line solid. So I mean, I'm expecting. All right. The thing about this team though, and this could come back and bite them. I don't see CD as number 1. I haven't for the last couple of years. I just don't think CD Lamb can be your number 1 receiver, and I'm just stand on that. I just don't believe it. I think he's a very solid receiver. He'll be a very solid 1B 2. But I think you got to have I still wish they would have found a way to keep Amari, but that's looking in the past. Yeah, that's my lineup. I do got Dallas finishing first. I think they're solid this season. Unless that lead the league in picks, then I'm fucked.
So this is I'm in it's my next bombshell. I got the Eagles at 4. Nah, I'm just joking.
I'm about to say,
what? I got Washington at 4. I do think that they're going to have a good season, but I don't think they're going to have a great season. I think Sam Howell is actually going to show that he's going to be a really good quarterback in this league. But I do think this is the year that Ron Rivera gets out of there, especially after the silly comments that I saw the other day where he was talking about he didn't know how good Sam Howell was. Like, did you not watch him at practice? Like, what are you guys doing? But I do think with the new ownership and coming in, that they'll, at the end of this season, they'll clean house, get a new coaching staff, and actually start to project up with the team that they have.
That's fair.
At number 3, this is actually the first surprise, a little different from you guys. I actually have Dallas at 3.
Okay.
I think Dallas it's just something about like when teams start to kind of have that dream team where they bring in Brandon Cooks and they bring in Stephon Gilmore. Number 1, this is no
The
stats or
Eagles.
anything like that behind it, but it's just like, I always have like some questions behind how all the personality is going to fit, how everything's going to fit together. They do have a really good defense, a really good offense. I do think that this year with the change and Kellen Moore being gone, it's going to hurt the offense a little bit more than than's being talked about. I also think that we're making the jokes about Deuce Vaughn, but Deuce Vaughn is the number 2, number 3 running back, and Tony Pollard is supposed to have a full load as the as the first as the
Yo.
first running back. He's supposed to, take the reins. I don't see that happening. Tony Pollard doing, being that bell cow, quote unquote, running back the whole season. I think that'll actually hinder, and Dak will probably have, kind of, I don't want to say a bad year, but a down year. I actually have the Giants at number 2. Do think the addition of Darren Waller is going to be huge. They've got a lot of a lot of solid receivers, and Paris Campbell trying to, he got that 1-year contract. He's trying to revitalize his career after actually playing most of the season last year for the first time. Sterling Shepard, obviously, he's always having these devastating injuries. It'd be great to see him play a full season as well. And they got Wan'Dale Robinson that they drafted last year, as well as Jalen Hyatt this year. So they got some potential for some good receivers, a good receiving core. Obviously, with Saquon. One name that you guys did mention on the defense, the pickup of Isaiah Simmons is going to be really good. They also have Bobby Okereke, my boy from the Colts, and then another one of my boys, them dogs, Azeez Ojulari, take a next step as a pass rusher opposite of Thibodeau. So I do think that their defense is going to be much improved and continue that trajectory that they were on. And then finally, the Eagles I do think that they'll take a step back from 14 wins. They're probably not going to have 70 crazy sacks, but they'll probably still be in the top 5 for sacks. Might take a step back with Javon Hargrave going to San Fran, and then the young guys, the young dogs, trying to figure that out. James Bradbury, is he going to be an all-pro? Maybe not. So that we'll see a little bit of regression there, but I think they've got a really good receiving core. I still think they'll be good. Jalen Hurts another year. I think there will be some growing pains with Shane Steichen leaving, but ultimately I think their team is good enough that they can overcome that throughout the season. And yeah, that's what we're looking at.
All right, it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting for sure to see who comes out.
But I do have Dallas missing the playoffs, so we'll get into that a little bit.